So I talked about this in the community post, and it's insane just to say, because you hear Fianna Fáil and Fianna Gael saying that people should use public transport more, and hint, hint, they don't really show it. Because the Cavan to Dublin bus, and usually it's full, in the morning time it's usually full. There's a good lot of people. I used the bus there in January gone by, and it was nearly full, to be totally honest with you. And it was quite good, €18 each getting up to Dublin for the event I went to. It was quite good, handy, not too bad. But it's gone up 50%. What I mean, it was 18.50 before per person. Now it's 27.30 per person, which is an insane. It is a 50% increase. And again, especially because they say, you hear the government saying, "Oh, we have to cut down on emissions and all that." But yeah, we're going to hike the prices up. It makes sense. But yeah, Brendan Smith mentioned it in the Dáil, Fianna Fáil TD. But this is the thing. Brendan Smith is saying about people are very concerned and stuff. This didn't come out of the blue. I'm sure to God, um, like Brendan Smith and Fianna Fáil knew this was going to happen, that they were going to put it back up to what it was, because again, obviously the Green Party subsidised it and stuff. The bus routes to encourage people to get on buses, etc. But um, like Brendan Smith and all them, I'm sure as a back veteran stuff, and obviously Neil Smith being a minister, of course, too, they should get this sorted within a day. I don't know why it's still why is this still an issue. Neil Smith should be pulling a few strings to get something done, like literally today. But yeah, nothing's really going to be doing, because again, they're in government. I wouldn't mind if this was Sinn Féin, again, Sinn Féin or some people too, but I wouldn't mind if they weren't in government. You could say, Fianna Fáil, what can they do? But they literally are in government. There's literally a minister, for a junior minister from Cavan, that's sitting in Dáil in a minister, in a junior minister job. And obviously, as I say, Brendan Smith being the Fianna Fáil man, he's in government. Like, you could argue he's back better and stuff, but he's in government. They should be able to do something. And this is what the vast majority of people do take in Cavan, that they should be doing something. We really should be. Where's our councillors? Where's all these councillors? They're all hiding. But of course, they don't have to pay it. They get the probably free allowance expenses, of course, any bus they have to go to. But obviously, they probably get free God knows what. But, but as one person said, and funny enough, they got a flight from London back to Dublin, and it was cheaper. It was cheaper. They paid something like, they say it here, or just in the comments underneath, that it was only 15 something, which is quite good back and forth on Ryanair. But you pay double nearly that to go from Cavan to Dublin, and now on a bus you pay more, but you can go from London to Dublin for 50. It doesn't make much sense. But long story short, hopefully they do sort this. Because again, the majority of the people do have the bus pass, thankfully, and stuff. But still, if you're a regular bus, you obviously would have probably a leap car type example. But if you were going up and down to Dublin a good bit, you wouldn't find spending €300 or €400 if you were going up every day of the week, say for work. Because there's people that have Cavan is a commuter county nowadays. People walk in Dublin and live in Cavan. That's what's happening. That's what the population of Cavan too has increased over the years. A lot of people from Dublin have come down to Cavan. Come up to Cavan to build their house and walk in Dublin, because it's kind of in the middle and it's not too far away. So that's happened a lot. But I don't know what's going to be done to be done. I will say Neil Smith should be doing something, like, as a junior minister. And from this constituency should be pulling a few strings to get something done, because it was all right in 1850. It's quite good for now on a bus. It's not too bad. Nearly €30. It's not bad. But 27 something, it's a bit too much. A 50% increase. It's a bit overkill if you ask me. But we also, just when I'm here actually, Bus Airman 2 is recording a negative loss in profits and stuff. I think it's 4 million or something in losses. So obviously the state needs to look at that too. But I don't think increasing the price like by 50% is going to encourage people to use the bus, because the idea of the buses too is people to keep the car at home and use the bus. But as everybody in Cavan, this is the last thing I say too, as everybody in Cavan has said for the last 60 years, if they would have kept the trains, which they had in Cavan, but they got rid of, they took up all the tracks. If they would have kept the trains, this wouldn't be an issue. People would be able to go up and down to Cavan, no problem. And to Dublin from Cavan, no problem. But logic didn't exist in this state, because it was the biggest mistake probably in the history of the state, that they got rid of all the train lines. Because it's literally insane that we live in 2025 and there's no train going from Cavan to Dublin. It's quite insane. The same with Monaghan. Not one train in any county in Cavan or Monaghan. In all of County Cavan and Monaghan. It's unbelievable. And literally 60 years ago, when the state literally had no money, like literally when the state in the 50s and the 40s literally had not a penny, when the state was dirt poor and we're one of the richest countries and we had trains, it doesn't make sense. But sure, logic doesn't exist. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you use the bus from Cavan to Dublin? Because I will admit it is handy when you have to go up to Dublin and stuff. Obviously, people wouldn't go up on for a trip because you would be insane to walk the streets of Dublin at the moment. But I had to go up for my thing, as I say, the Pendleton Summit in January, and it was quite comfortable. The buses are quite comfortable, but I do think it's a bit too much. Like I think 1850's good enough. It's good enough. I was surprised. I thought it would be more that time when I was getting on the bus. I thought it'd be something like 25 or something like that, But I think 1850 is very good, and a lot of people are using it. So, and it would probably discourage people to use the bus if you charge them too much. But anyway, let me know what you think. Subscribe for more, and bye.